It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we'll see Brock Purdy. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the 49ers and the Hawks on Thursday night.
From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, ready for this battle in the NFC West, a division of haves and have-nots of late. Division that's produced the NFC representative to the Super Bowl for 4, Greg, of the last 6 years.
Yeah, it's very top-heavy, and it's really interesting to see kind of how that baton has been passed. San Francisco and L.A., they've really been the belle of the ball over the most recent years, but it wasn't very long ago that the best team in football, arguably... Seahawks, and then you look what's going on down in Arizona. They probably surprised some people last year. They feel like they have their long-term stability at the quarterback position with that new staff, so I wouldn't be surprised if halfway through this year we look at the NFC West and say, this is one of the better divisions in football.
The Seahawks come on, and that means it's Geno Smith. What a story he's been. Real turnaround here in his 12th year now in the NFL. Came out to Seattle, backed up Russell Wilson the last 3 years. Greg, he has been the starter, and he runs this Seattle offense now.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here comes the third-year man out of Michigan State, Kenneth Walker. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It'll bring up 4th down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Play action now. It's Gino. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. Here's Walker. He'll push forward for about a yard. Devondre Campbell brings him down. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. Working out of the gun, Smith. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
Here come the 49ers, and they are led by Brock Purdy. You know the story, taken last in the 2022 draft. The last 2 seasons, he has led the Niners deep in the playoffs, and it's his 3rd season, Greg, as the QB for San Francisco.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
First and 10 for Purdy. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Love. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll bring up second down. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down. From the gun, it's Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively, setting up a fourth down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They're going to continue to be aggressive, especially through the air, and they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense and veteran Tyler Lockett getting ready to get back to work. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Once again, it's Walker. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Being a fullback is like the ultimate thankless position. You do all the dirty work. You give everyone else the glory. But I love when coordinators find a way to just throw him a bone. Get him a touch, get him a carry. In this case, get him a reception. And he's able to pick up a pretty good chunk of yards.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Mitchell. And he's going to lose yardage on this play. They knock him back to the midfield stripe.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss. Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Now a 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I can promise you, they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Seahawks offense headed back to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Smith. Metcalf left side, he's got it. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard. Now Smith. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Noah Fant. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Smith. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Gino. He'll try to run for it.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Walker. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense... Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll try to run with their fullback. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. The veteran big Jonathan Hankins in there to end it. 3rd down, 3 to go. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the first quarter. But that was their 3rd attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. And if you got to start looking elsewhere, you don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him.
The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Lockett headed in motion. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Don't get that often during the season. First play of the drive picks up 29 yards. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 3-0 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Gino to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The 49ers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Shotgun snap to Purdy. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds. When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Smith. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Talanoa Hufanga.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The Niners offense make their way out to take over once more. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Mitchell. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A play fake. Now it's Purdy. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So often we see when those balls get deflected up into the air, they usually turn into interceptions. I think the offense dodged a bullet here, and they're fortunate there was nobody in the area to come down with that pick.
They'll try to run for it with Mitchell. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This will be an even 40-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the 49ers, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Lockett headed in motion. Smith to throw on 1st down. This one finds Lockett down the left side. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. On the ground, it's Walker. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Smith. Got it with Smith in Jigba. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Gino now on 1st and 10. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 9. They run with Walker. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Smith. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Dre Greenlaw.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st down, right back to Mitchell. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
And he'll lean forward, getting this to about the 35. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's third down. Back to throw. Purdy has his man. It's Samuel. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Now it is first and goal. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
Running is Mitchell. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Big play coming up. Third and goal. From the gun, it's Purdy. That one taken in. Touchdown, 49ers. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Moody's extra point is good. And the 49ers extend their advantage to 13-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Laviska Shenault. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense ready to take over once again. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Geno. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Shotgun run now with Walker. And this is going to be a Seahawks first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now Walker. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Smith now. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. He'll try and run it with Walker. They'll mark him down there at the 33, but that is good enough. A run gives them a first down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Off the play fake, it's Smith. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. It's actually the easiest down in football to operate in. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
And this is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively, setting up a 4th down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are on the board now here in this 2nd quarter.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Niners offense and Elijah Mitchell getting ready for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll run. It's out of the gun, and it's Mitchell. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6. Out to the 26-yard line. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's closing in on 100 yards already. Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. That one underneath to Mitchell. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Going up top. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down. Back to the air is Purdy. And this ball incomplete on third down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Yes, you have to operate out of the backfield like a traditional running back. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he will go all the way. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Seahawks are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Niners offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now Purdy. He'll look for Mitchell out of the backfield. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On 2nd down, Purdy. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Back to the air again is Purdy. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage. We see quarterbacks do that all the time, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Trying to set up the screen to Mitchell. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. A fair catch signal and taken at about the 18-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday Nighter to start the new NFL week as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. A number of great games coming up this weekend, starting with the second of the 3 London games this year, the Jags and Bears from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Good stuff to follow on the West Coast in the afternoon window, one being out in Las Vegas, where it will be the Raiders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we wrap up Week 6 with Bills-Jets in the AFC East from MetLife Stadium. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach. Still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's Mitchell. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Reek Woolen brings him down. Second and 7. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
They'll run it over center with Mitchell. Man, he gets free. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Elijah Mitchell. Touchdown, San Francisco. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Moody now for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and Geno Smith getting ready for their next possession. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the high, or actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long. The secondary feasting on his passes. A 1st down throw for Smith. Now he'll run. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 35 yards.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
Smith to throw on 1st and 10. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 49ers 34-yard line.
On play action, Smith. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
They get 16 on that connection. 1st down, Seattle.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
That's powerful running. Lowers the shoulder and picks up 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Gino. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
And 1.
They'll go. Smith. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
You got to give credit to the defensive coordinator here. He went into attack mode, had a great blitz planned for this 4th down situation, disrupted the timing of the offense, and the quarterback had nowhere to go. He flushes out of the pocket to keep the play alive, and they're able to chase him down, force the sack, force the turnover on downs.
49ers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And we'll give you a look at some of the highlights. He's had a number of them over that magic mark, over 100 yards on the ground, including a rushing touchdown. He has been a handful for the defense right throughout. Now it's the rookie out of Louisville. It's Isaac Orendo. And stretching it out toward the sideline, but the defense gets to him. He'll be taken down for a loss.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To throw is Purdy. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
The 49ers out for the punt. He'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This returnable from inside his own 40. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. Let's go back through their earlier possessions, and a lot of them, Greg, have ended with the defense going the other way.
And there's no greater indicator in the NFL of success in terms of wins and losses than the turnover battle. And we've seen so many statistics and charts. We can go on and on. The simplest way to say, if you protect the ball, your chance of winning goes up. If you don't protect the ball, your chance of winning goes down. So here they have 3 interceptions, losing fumbles. It's really been a meltdown by multiple guys all across this offense.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
At the 43-yard line.
They go play action with Smith. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete.
This is a great example, Mike, of playing zone defense at a high level. They're trying to threaten him. They're trying to put 2 guys in his zone and see which guy he's going to choose. In this case, they try to out-leverage him into the flat. He's not having it. He brings him down for no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. Davis to return it. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The 49ers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. And they will finally get him down, but not before he's able to take this up near the 40-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Now Mitchell. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. There's DK Metcalf, he and the Seahawks offense set for their next drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Smith. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
On second down, Smith. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. On the give, it's Mitchell. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things: a highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. A give to Mitchell. Open space inside the 10. And he'll be taken down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Now a run, and it's their fullback with the carry. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Ricky Pearsall, touchdown, 49ers. And hold on to that football, young man. As a keeper, his first NFL touchdown. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Seahawks 10. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And this is going to be a Seahawks first down as he gets this up to the 42.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Smith. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. They can't imagine that a defensive coordinator would say, hey, we're just going to have one guy defend you all by himself. And after that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
First run of the game here with Zach Charbonnet. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down, 3 to go. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Here's Gino. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
A 54-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The 49ers offense and their running back set to go once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. And not a whole lot there, up to about the 25. Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. Purdy to Kittle for the Niners, 1st down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
On the ground, here's Mitchell. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Jerome Baker in on the tackle. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard on the Seahawks 45-yard line.
From the gun, it's Purdy. A throw, left side, complete to Pearsall. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Another run here with Mitchell. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing. And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
A 44-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Niners add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
On the return, it's Chenault. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Over the middle, Smith and Jigba with the grab. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Still 1st down.
They'll go play action. It's Smith. He's got a man. It's Metcalf. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
And he's going to have the Seahawks 1st down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Smith. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll try and set up the tight end screen. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the 1st down.
And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. He'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and
he will fight his way to the end zone. Geno Smith, touchdown Seattle. He's got another one, his second touchdown of the evening. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. The Niners offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Again, they'll try to power forward with their fullback. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain. They'll try again here, second and 10. Purdy works out of the pistol. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Really nice play here by Ricky Pearsall, and when you look around this 49ers offense, Mike, and you give Kyle Shanahan just one more weapon, a guy with elite hands, a polished route runner coming out of the college game in Florida. He just gives one more weapon to go in with Debo and Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle. I mean, this has the makings of one of the scarier offensive skill units in the entire NFL, and even though he's a young rookie, I think by year end, I think Pearsall is going to have a huge impact on the success of this 49ers offense. You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Has his man, it's Samuel. And he's into the end zone. Debo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
On is Moody to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
To kick off for San Francisco.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Chenault. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Seahawks offense getting set to get back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Smith now to throw on first down. And this one is hauled in. What a grab. And he will score. DK Metcalf. Touchdown Seahawks. That his second touchdown tonight. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Brock Purdy and the NFC champs back out to begin this next drive. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Purdy gonna give this to Garendo. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. On 1st down, right back to Mitchell. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
They'll go again with Mitchell. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. To throw is Purdy. They're trying to set up the screen to Mitchell. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. To throw, here's Smith. They'll set up the screen to Charbonnet. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. They go play action with Smith. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. It's the safety, Rudy Ford.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The Niners offense ready to take over once again. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. A give up the middle for Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Running is Mitchell. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him, and I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll try to run for it with Mitchell. Now Seattle will use the final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Now Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have the 49ers 1st down. It's a gain of 12 facing 4th down.
A little surprising here, Mike. They continue to throw the ball with this type of lead here in the 4th quarter, but with the day they've had and the upper hand they've had against this pass defense, I don't know if I could really blame them. I mean, with the amount of man coverage that they're seeing, right now, the quarterback's just saying, what's my best matchup? Who do I love to gain separation? And just throw him the ball, and for the most part of the game, it's continued to work.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Seattle.